In writing Countdown Bin Laden, what was the most surprising element of the hunt that you were not previously aware of? Because obviously you've been involved in the story from from the initial days. Um, what was the most surprising element of the hunt that you didn't know beforehand?
Well, let me say quickly that when I wrote Countdown 1945, and this goes a little bit to the tension between being a reporter, and I'm not even going to say I'm a historian, but a person who writes history books. Um, I was so fascinated in the Truman story, and but frustrated that yes, I had diaries and letters and memoirs, but I couldn't talk to the key figures, and I so wanted to ask uh, Truman or Oppenheimer at Los Alamos or Paul Tibbets on the Enola Gay, what were you thinking and what was happening? And tell me some little tidbit. And so when I decided to do a second book, I thought, and I came up with the idea of Countdown Bin Laden, which was similar in the sense that it had a distinct beginning and then a build up to this climax. One of the things that attracted me is that all the key players were still alive and I had access to them. And so I was able to speak to them and ask them these questions. So the result, so this gets down to the answer to your question, is in spending hours talking to Secretary of State Clinton or Defense Secretary Gates or Leon Panetta at the CIA or William McRaven at the Joint Special Operations Commander, two of the SEALs, that honestly, there were hundreds of surprises. And anybody who reads Countdown Bin Laden, I think, will find that there are surprises and insights, little anecdotes, big reveals on almost every page. If I were going to pick just two, I think one would be that Obama is in the Situation Room with all of his top advisors on April 28th of 2011, Thursday afternoon, and he's going over with each of them, what do they think is the likelihood that bin Laden is there? And someone says it's 40%, someone says it's 75%. And finally, after he's heard all of their advice and their assessments, he says, you know what? And he dismisses the percentages. He says it's 50-50. He's either there or he's not. So after all of these months, 8 months of intelligence gathering and the very best that the CIA and our various other spy agencies can do, the best information they had was it was 50-50 that bin Laden was even there. And then the second thing is talking to the SEALs, including Rob O'Neill, the man who actually killed bin Laden. I said, how dangerous did you think this mission was? And he said, one-way ticket. And I said, excuse me? And he said, suicide mission. He said, I thought we would get there, but when we got there, that bin Laden would have the compound booby trapped and the whole place would blow up as soon as we set foot there. And then if that didn't happen, then as we were walking into the main house and they thought bin Laden would be on the top floor, the third floor, that there will be Al-Qaeda bodyguards there tossing hand grenades down or finding some other way to take us out. He said, I thought if bin Laden was there, we could get him, but I didn't think we were coming home. And that was one, a surprise to me and only increased my admiration for the mission that these SEALs pulled off.
That's right, and I knew many of the guys on that mission, and they did think that. And yeah, it's just my hats off to those guys and everybody involved in this. But the 50-50 decision, when you're describing Obama making that decision, and then later at night giving that approval or coming to the decision of giving the approval to go, and having then Vice President Biden caution against it, have his defense secretary caution against it, having that specter of Desert One and Operation Eagle Claw still hanging over the room, even though ironically, the changes made after Operation Eagle Claw in 1980 directly led to changes that, not guaranteed, but led to the success of this particular mission. So all of that incorporated into these decisions was just fascinating.